So we'll get it on.
Sorry, gentlemen.
No,
That's fine. You're fine.
And speaking of, I need to probably leave at 5:30 because of baseball.
it's okay, we'll keep it tight. We'll keep it
No.
tight.
I figured. Cool.
We've had some conversation already, I think, so. All right.
Okay, I'd like to call the meeting to order. There's no reason to do a present check.
No.
No, there's no reason to do that, so we'll just call the meeting to order. There's only 3 of us on the tree commission that's here, so anything we do, we have to have a unanimous vote. And if anybody, is anybody on with us?
No, no one's on.
Okay. So we know we're all being recorded. Okay. First agenda item is to approve the February 2nd, 2026 minutes. I gave these a copy to each of you at your house.
Yeah,
You got them, you read them.
yeah, I'll make a motion to approve.
And this, you want a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, then we need to sign off on this one. Let's see, today's the 18th.
I'm gonna assume that the vote, you guys wanna take the vote, just to be official? You got nominated and seconded, but you need a vote.
Okay, we haven't had, we only have these meetings. for
I know,
else.
but that's okay, I've got your back.
Good. Do I hear a motion to approve the February 2nd, 2026 minutes?
All in favor, say
Yeah.
aye. Aye.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
I got a 3-0 vote, approved, thank you guys. Okay, I gotta heard the plan commission tomorrow. You got the minutes, all right.
Oh,
Yeah, you can, did you sign that one, Dennis?
Give me a signature, I'm gonna file those with,
Okay.
thank you, sir.
All right, next on the agenda is the ID grant program planting update. They are all the trees are planted. I believe there was 95.
95 or 8, somewhere there?
95 plantings.
Oh, I missed that. When did I thought we were in the 30s. When did the rest of them get
Oh,
planted?
no, 2 days, over a 2-day period.
yeah.
Davies came and knocked him out.
Okay.
And Dennis was there kind of running herd.
I mean, I've seen all the ones at Cavalier.
Yeah.
That's not all 95. There's
No,
ones elsewhere.
they're along the high school and the elementary.
So high school, yeah, the elementary school I see every day.
Yeah.
Well done, gentlemen.
So they're all in. Dennis had some concerns about some leafing on the sugar maples, but they're starting to leaf. We had 2 different nurseries. The first one came out with real small stock.
Yeah, I saw some of
Yeah.
that.
And the second one came out with much larger stock, but we were a little concerned with, we weren't getting any leaves.
Yeah, transplant
Now we're
stock is
getting
real,
some,
man.
now we're getting some heat. Well, you said the balls were too small?
Yeah, on the second nursery,
The trees are big, the balls better be
Yeah,
big.
the trees are like 3-inch diameter, but the balls of dirt. But Davy, bless their hearts, they were on that before I even mentioned it to them. They had measured every ball of dirt, and they were just barely minimum, and they put that in their notes.
Okay.
So Davy knows all that stuff.
Good.
And Dennis is gonna follow up with them regarding some staking and some other
Perfect.
situations that we need to attend.
And fertilizer, right? They're doing all the root fertilizer, all
Well,
that stuff matters, man.
It does matter, but they don't do it. And I ask them, you know, if John and I have been through this so many times, it's frustrating. If I see a tree, for some reason that got missed on watering, it's not doing well and dry need watering, can I water it? And according to all this, you can't, if you had to be here for all the crap we've gone through with, I don't even want to start there, it would negate, what do we call that?
Their warranty?
The warranty.
It takes the 2 year, essentially the trees are warranty, and if we mess with that on the care, they can actually, with 1 tree, they can actually forfeit the grant.
It's weird.
It's strange.
See, I.
Sounds like a loophole they've had to take advantage of in the past. I mean,
Yeah, but,
that's
so we
bad.
won't mess with them, so they'll have to do
Well,
it.
have we seen anybody from Davies out watering?
I
any of
haven't
this
seen
stuff?
anybody, and that's my next question.
Well, here's the thing, if they say don't touch them, and if they go bad, we'll replace them, because we're gonna take care of them, then I agree, I don't think we should lay a finger, that's their problem.
That is exactly the situation.
I mean, that's actually, it seems very strange, especially when I take care of trees on my
Yeah.
property, but like, that's a good thing. That's kind of the best part of this whole deal is because, quite frankly, you two take on too much in terms of taking care. I mean, I thank God you do. I wish I could help.
I think we have a good partner in Davies. I'm hoping we have a good partner in Davies, and I'd like to be able to, and I think I will email them. I'd like to solidify because they were doing some rain gauge monitoring, and that's where they last left the conversation with me, is that they're measuring rain and seeing what they need to come in and do. I would say that we've been dry a bit. I know we're getting some sprinkles here and there, but they need
need
their
watering.
I mean, I don't think they're professionals. They know that
They do.
there's not a rain or an irrigation that is enough for new trees.
What I'm
They
gonna-
know that.
what I'm gonna-
You have to water new tree.
What I'm gonna request is that they email me a schedule. I would ask them to email me a date list of when they've been here. That way I can report to you guys on the care of the trees. And I think that's a very reasonable request. So please give me a log of your times that you're here and what you're doing here.
Perfect.
And that way-
Especially those big ones.
That
Those
way
ones that
we
are
know.
3 inches with a smaller
Agreed.
ball, they need a lot. Especially, what type of trees are they?
They're the sugar maples, most of them.
Those are pretty durable, but
But they, God, my God, some of those must have been close to 10 feet tall too, with a ball of dirt like this, and that just doesn't cut it. I have fought with this. I mean, Dogwood Hills doesn't do it either, of putting in that, it's called starter fertilizer. It's really a root transplant thing. It only basically helps the roots, and that's what we need. But
Well, I saw they were putting fertilizer in.
They put
there.
the carbon.
that was, yeah, they did some carbon
It
things,
is,
but
it helps start with the soil for the roots, but it's not.
it's not a stimulator.
No, it's not.
see, I was gonna say root stimulator for
Yeah.
a tree, yeah.
Mhm.
It's like 10-10-3 or something, I don't know, I
Right.
never get the name.
It is, it's low end on fertilizer stuff, but it does help. It's made for roots mostly.
Yeah, for sure.
And
And that's a big deal, especially on the transplant stuff in the
Yeah,
spring.
it would have been nice, and it would cost some money for 100 trees, but it'd be well worth it. But, and I even thought about, if I see a tree that I know is that is having that problem, but I can't touch it, even at night when nobody's around and I'm walking my dog.
Well, they definitely don't have cameras on these trees, but I think if they're not complete idiots, they don't want to replace it. That's the last thing they want to do is replace a tree.
Yeah.
'Cause then they need a truck. There's just so many moving parts, and then
I
they
felt
lose
that.
a tree out of their lot that they could be selling. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I felt like they were very much so wanting to see the success of it.
I did too. I had a
So-
good feeling for them, but the
That's
watering
good.
is right.
But I want to make sure that things are getting taken care of, and I want to be able to document it, because we've taken on a responsibility for these things. I know that they're taking care of them, but we're out there, so.
And unless we get a lot of rain today and tomorrow, those trees are gonna start stressing some.
I agree.
And they need rain, lots of water really soon.
Lots, I know.
Because a half inch of water, you think about a half inch and we call it decent rain, but
Well,
that doesn't do much.
No, it doesn't.
Here's where I'll get back to,
It does in year 3, not year 1.
Yeah.
with, trust and verify. It's like in a contract with Iran. We need to, it's fine that they're gonna do this stuff, but we need to watch it. And if they're not doing it, we need to get on their butt, so they'll do it.
I mean, it's kind of nice
However-
to hear it that way.
However, this is, we got a nice start. We saved $47,000 by putting those trees in.
Yeah, it's worth that much money.
Dogwood Hills charges $550 for every tree that they put in.
And by the way, I buy lots of
Multiply-
Dogwood Hill trees.
yeah,
They
multiply that
they
by
do the
95.
opposite. If you don't
Right.
water it, you void your warranty. It's the
So-
opposite program.
So Kevin pushed that, and I was dubious about it for a long time, and okay, it's there. Now we gotta make sure something's gonna happen with the maintenance of it.
Yeah.
Just like the other trees we put in all along the parkways. Dennis is turning 80, I turned 80 in February, you're busy. Where's this coming from? You know?
That's always the problem.
I'm all for helping out. I've been on these boards and committees since 2010. I've yet to get paid a nickel for any of it. And I'm getting a little tired of it in the sense that, you know, Bob supplies the water tanker, but nobody comes with me, or Dennis when can.
And I think there's an opportunity, John, what you're saying, and I've thought about this myself, and maybe I'm being overly optimistic, but I was inspired to watch the kids that went out and planted, knowing that they've got a horticulture program that they're starting. I think there's an opportunity to get some kids in the summertime as a workforce.
Interns.
And get them some credit or get them something from the school. And even maybe pay a little bit of part-time. I don't know what the answer is, but I think I'm gonna talk to Robin Broker to see if I can't arrange something with them. I also found, I had a gentleman come in today that wanted to give money to the school. He's been wanting to for a while, and I was so impressed with the kids that came out for the horticulture and the FFA. I said, they're putting that greenhouse in, and I think I made that pairing together, so I think they're gonna get their heater.
I've got another job for them that piggybacks right with
Yeah,
this.
but I wanna make sure that what John's saying.
Right,
We need to
I would
get-
love that.
I would too. And under your
There's a
direction.
strip at the elementary school, high school, that didn't get anything because that tree, there were 5 trees gonna go in one strip, and that tree became not available. Or something happened, and so, you know, it's sort of like if you paint your house and leave a little patch unpainted, it really stands out because the rest of it looks so good. It would be great if we could somehow get the school or somebody to get a little bit of money, have the horticulture kids help plant those. And I even asked Davey, they said, well, we didn't plant anything there, so there's no warning, no nothing, you can do what you want with the area. So, and that would, because it just doesn't look right till that gets done.
Okay,
So-
so I'll bring it up.
And there were a couple of other trees. They did a pretty good job, really. There were a couple of trees that they messed up on what we wanted and what ended up there. But you know what? With 100 of them, it's sort of like, you know, if one person doesn't get water at your restaurant, it bothers you, but it's not gonna be the end of the world. But
So, yeah, I've
by and
got,
large, they did most of the species we wanted.
I've got follow-up.
Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be some that don't make it, and the
Yeah.
question is, you know, if they don't replace them, what, yeah, like you said, some of them, the symmetry of how they're lined up is very logical, but, you know.
And the selection, to be honest with you, Dogwood Hills has a much, much better selection than we were able to get. I mean, I was down in some of the cases to 3rd and 4th choice. In fact, that's better than nothing.
Speaking of Dogwood Hills, by the way, gentlemen, if I could, my one request that I've had, I think I've brought this up to you, Kevin. Donald Hill, everyone knows him as Duckman, but Donald Hill bought a tree for his father who passed away. His father was a longtime Culver, part-time, longtime Culver resident. The whole family's all about Culver, has been for decades, literally. I know John can attest to that. The tree in honor of his memory that has a plaque in his memory is dead. It's in the park. It's embarrassing. Donnie has approached the tree commission multiple times. He calls Mike, I'm not throwing Mike Sullivan on the bus at all, but
No.
he considers Mike, his uncle Mike was the president. Mike tried to solve it. I don't know if there's red tape with it's in the park.
So we need.
I sent you a picture of it.
And I know that.
So I want,
and I
Donnie
want
said he
five.
would, I said, look, man, buy a better tree, you know? Not crazy, because back to the whole size ball and, you know. But I said, I went personally, I took a ride to Dogwood Hill Trees Farm this year because I have 2 trees I need to replace.
Yeah.
And they convinced me, they said, wait till October. I said, give me stats on that. They said 90% effective when transplanting in October versus 70 in the spring.
Yeah.
And he said, and we are not gonna warranty in the spring, we'll warranty in the fall.
Yeah.
So I told Donnie, I said, look, man, if you're gonna kick in some money, let me get the difference from, I don't know where that comes from, that money. I'm guessing, I don't know, $400 or $500. I don't know, I could just add it to my order, you know what I mean? And they can, when I get my stuff, unless are we gonna get stuff in the fall? Is that what we're gonna talk about?
Yeah, that's what we'd like.
We need to add that, just one tree. We whatever it takes.
Well, yeah, we, last year or 2 years ago, we changed the the requirements, if we were not able to do anything in the park for years. And we changed
Yes,
that
we did.
last year, so
Yep,
good.
we have.
Okay, so that was the red tape. Okay.
That was the red.
I can't imagine seeing a tree to honor your deceased parent, and you, by the way, that he walks to his boat every time he uses his boat and sees it dead. I mean, that's hard to do.
Well, we also, there's 2 trees that along the parkway that need to come out, and the rest of them need to be pruned.
Yeah.
I can help prune, I'm pretty good at it, I just don't have the means to get rid of what I prune.
That's why we have yeah.
So I mean, if I were to just say, bring my clippers and start pruning trees when I can, and I left it on the ground, someone's gonna get it?
Well, that, I did that and I got in trouble for it,
That's
only because.
Kind of what I'm saying.
Only because I didn't give Bob a heads up on it.
When I give them a heads up that
Yeah.
we're going around doing it, yes, we're
So
fine.
Text you or text Bob?
here's what I'd like to do on that
Oh, okay,
suggestion.
go ahead.
Dennis and I have done this in the past. There's a lot of low stuff we can get to.
Right.
If you want to spend a day doing this with me, I'll be glad to do it with you, and we'll pile it up and Bob can come around and pick it up.
Okay.
But I'd rather do it that way than if you feel that. you
And
wanna-
just do it on a whim, yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. Actually, that probably helps my
That's,
schedule.
well, that way, it's just like I did the north, as far as new trees, I went up and down the north side, north-south streets, and I did east-west streets, and that's how we can prune.
Yeah.
And otherwise, you lose track of.
Oh,
what
for
street you
sure,
did.
you get mud eyes, man.
Yeah, but I'm game, but I need help with this stuff.
Yeah.
So, and I need more than an hour. We need an all morning or an all afternoon or whatever.
Okay.
And we pile it up nice and tell Bob about it, and he'll come around and pick it up.
I don't mind printing as long as somebody's there with me.
Yeah.
And I need I know how to do it, but I like having somebody else. I think sometimes by committee is the best way to do
Well,
it.
yeah, it's makes it easier,
Sure.
it's more fun doing it
I
that
think
way.
it's
It's-
relaxing.
Well, and you're gonna
too.
cover more ground. I mean, if
Yeah.
each of us are on the same street and each of us get 4 done in one, you know what I mean, you're moving
So
to
we're
your point.
pruning, the first reason we prune is the 8-foot vision thing, is that correct? So,
Yeah, lower fruit, let's say.
And
And
it pushes growth the right way.
right, and we aren't pruning the 8-foot thing until the tree gets big enough.
Yes.
Because if you prune too much, if you prune more, about a third is maximum you can ever prune off of something without really stressing.
Oh, yeah, no, no.
Yeah.
My thing, what I like to do, you know, if you have a branch, if you've got ones pointing down, those have to go.
Right.
There's no point in keeping those.
Right.
You wanna train it
Mhm.
that, so, you know, anything that, anything little, just stick to, you know what I mean? If you have good clippers, it's easy. If you have crappy clippers, it sucks.
But are you talking about in lieu of the Dogwood Hills
No,
3250 thing?
I think we're gonna have to dedicate some funds to a
To some- for
professional
some.
to come in and prune. Some of these trees.
The
are
stuff
big.
that we can't reach, deadhead. If there's dead stuff,
Yeah.
15 feet, yeah, there's no way we can do that.
And it's time to do that again.
So, I know we're off of, that 3250, that was ground, that was on the ground only, wasn't it? So
Yeah,
that's the
they
stuff.
have that extended clipper business, you know, and they're real fast, but we could do some of that ourselves.
We could do that ground from the ground up and save ourselves a lot of
I was
money.
gonna say, what if we hired them with their spire to get some of the higher stuff, make them run through town first, get that taken care of, then we come back, do our pruning for the lower stuff, and then see where we're at.
Mhm.
But I would also encourage us to save one day worth of pruning funds back, just in case.
Okay.
Just in case, maybe.
Mhm.
I'm just asking. I think before we do that, I think we may have a lighter removal this year than I had anticipated. I thought this would be a bigger removal year. But I'd like to be able to run with Bob next week on the removal,
Mhm.
or this week, excuse me. Get that, now that I've got this in the list, and move towards that for June. Because we were late getting removal last year too. I don't see, honestly, I bet you, John, a lot of these that you've got on the list are gonna be redundant. I think we're probably gonna find that. And I also want to keep in mind what we talked about with the other bigger tree.
Yeah.
see if we can't get that priced out. Come back in June with that price, and then I would like a priority list of planting. How much do you think that we're gonna need for planting this year?
Well, they gave, Dogwood gave us a price last year. This was for 17 trees, was $9,013.
Would you be happy with 17 again this year, or do you think more or less? Where you at on that, John? Oh, guys, sorry, I didn't mean to make it.
Well, this is what I like to do since I put this out here.
Yeah,
Rather than leave this decision all with me, I'd like you guys to take a little bit of time, take this information, and go out and look at these sites. And see if you would prefer some different sites.
A question
Cut 'em in half.
before we get to this. Is there a gray area between us on the ground doing pruning and then Bob removing? Where do we get to a larger tree that has something really dead, big of this way up there?
yeah, Bob's not going up to get that.
So that has to be somebody,
That's right.
because we're gonna do the normal ground up pruning and then they're
That's
gonna
right.
do the removal, but there are those few limbs around town.
When those are big deadheads up above, we put them on the removal list, and they take them down.
They take just the limbs
They,
down now.
meaning a company,
The
they're
company
gonna
comes
compensate.
in and does it. It's a liability thing, and you just don't want to mess with it. right?
Especially the fixed stuff, but there's even small stuff that
Yes.
is out of our reach.
Yes. So on that's why I said, let's hold back and see at least one day's worth of pruning, just in case we need it.
So you're suggesting get them to come through for the big stuff, and we know what that's gonna cost.
That's it.
And then after that, we come through and do the low stuff.
It's a suggestion, but I think there's value in, so what we don't know yet, and I like this list that John's provided.
See, I'm worried that if we leave low stuff, I don't know who they're gonna send, that some of them will do low stuff, and we did it, you know what I mean? I think we should knock that out.
We could do that.
Below where we can reach.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're game to do it, but here again, we gotta spend the time at it.
I agree. I mean, I'm saying like, this
How's your
week,
time?
terrible, but like, I'll figure it out. I mean, figure everything else out. I'm not thrilled about it.
I'm not, well, the only mornings I have a problem, Tuesdays and Thursday mornings, but I got afternoons, early evenings, and I got most of every other day. Saturday, Sunday, whatever, doesn't.
How's the weather look the rest of the week? Well, how's this week for everybody?
This weekend's gonna be,
I'm talking this week. Is this week too soon to prune?
no. But, pruning June. That's what it's taught.
But why don't we do this?
Yeah.
How about you guys take a look at the new Parkway tree planting suggestions here? And there's like 50 trees. I think we'd be, if we could put 15 in this year, then we get the pruning, and whatever needs to come out, I think we have enough in the budget for that.
Dog would give you a price of what, for 17?
9,013.
9,000, that leaves us, let's say 21,000 in the budget,
Oh, if we combine.
if we combine. And I like to think of that as $30,000, to be honest with you, and work it out. As long as as long as it's approved by you guys on the spending plan, and Bob, both of you guys get together on it. But last year we hit removal pretty darn hard. And we spent close to $22,000 on removal.
It was 15 at first, and we added
6 to it. And I don't anticipate that number. I'm wondering if we could say, Bob, 15,000 this year.
You've got 7, so that's over 2,000 a tree. I don't know how big these 7 are that need to be removed. Right, this is the list.
There's not that many that are large.
Yeah, and that's the thing,
Then if they're not large, it's gonna be cheap.
that's what I'm,
You go, one at 440 State, that's gonna be easily $2,000.
well, getting them priced out individually.
Yeah. right.
So I'm gonna try to get this list married with Bob's, and I'd like to be able to bring in a list that's 15 grand or lower.
For just removal or removal and pruning?
Removal only.
Just removal.
That leaves us,
I got a card in my pocket yet. Last year, when I did my, the year-end budget, and I gave it to the town council, and I told them what we had spent money on, and we did not utilize over $4,000 last year out of our budget. And then the previous year, we did not utilize 1,600.
and they're gonna tell you that it's not actually, it's out of the general
Oh, I know,
fund.
I know.
You know how it works, John.
Jenny said, well, she was sitting there, she said, we'll make sure you get it
Yeah.
if you need it.
Yep.
Which, yeah, so if
But we have
it
to
makes
get-
sense to puff that 9,000 up
Yeah.
to 12, and all of a sudden we get half the trees covered, it looks like you got 40 written here. What if we got
Well-
20 planted?
Well,
I mean, halfway's great.
Yeah, I'd be game for 20 and then put the rest in pruning and removal.
And what I'm wondering, John, to that effect, is if we put together a plan by next month of pruning, removal, and planting, and you've got a great start here, if you guys can go around and see which ones are priority plantings, how would you, if you said 17 trees, and that's a reasonable price for those trees, in my opinion, find 17 spots that are what you think are the key for this year. This is the great thing, we can also find, let's say, next year.
Right.
We can use this as a guide for that, for planning. We'll do 17 trees this year. Bob and I will work, because you've got us a great start on the removal. If you guys see any removals that need to be done too, let me know, but we'll take what you've got for here, Don. We'll take this to the next step. I'll get Bob, see what we need. We'll get that priced out. We'll get a quote on that. Put that number with the planting number that you've done, and then that will give us an idea a little better, because we're flexible on pruning a little bit. So we can use that number to build improvements. If we come in at 31 or 32, and I say, listen, it's planned out, this is this year's tree plan, I think there may be room, seeing that last couple of years we've been frugal, the fact that we did IU this year, I think there may be room for that, John. I'd like to try to I'd like 30,000 to be that point. If we're under a little bit this year, if we're over a little bit next year, no harm amongst friends, right? It's going for a good cause. Which reminds me, I've got the 13th year Arbor Day stickers we gotta put on the sign, so.
Well, that's one of the reasons why, when I was at the town council, I told them, we saved $47,000.
Exactly. Yes, by the way.
So if we ask for an additional 5,
Yeah.
there ought to be some.
And I think as long as it's demonstratable, right?
Oh, yeah,
And-
put it all down.
And I think so. I mean, gosh darn it, I mean, there's no doubt about, like, this, if the town council doubts it, they can sit in my chair for a couple of weeks, and Jenny has, so she knows very well. This town is very passionate about its trees. And I'm here to tell you, they're very passionate. They're not gonna pat you on the back when you plant, but they are sure they're gonna kick you in the butt when you cut. So, I appreciate that about it too. That's not a set of slant, it's a compliment to this town. But,
Do we want to set a date up for the next meeting? And we can gather all this information?
yes, sir.
If you guys are open to it too, I'm not saying we have this, but if everyone has their calendars, I would love to set a pruning time too, if you guys are up for that. I'm looking at
What's
next
your-
Wednesday, the 27th.
I could probably do that on the 27th.
Next Wednesday? What time are you thinking?
I don't know, what's better for everybody?
Let's do it 9 o'clock, 9 a.m.
Well, I'm at work, but I'll be happy to come out for a bit.
I was gonna say, I'm sure you can be excused if
A
you
little
need
bit
to.
fruity.
So,
Oh, believe me, I can, if I don't have a meeting, I can.
Yeah, I'd rather do early for sure.
well, I can meet you, I'll bring my golf cart and we can, it's good to stand on to reach things too.
I can bring mine as well. We can double golf cart it.
So I can meet you at town hall or something, and we can go from there.
As long as you get me out of there by 1, I've got a meeting on the 27th, and that's a big one, so.
I mean, 4 hours, pretty, what do you think, Dennis?
I don't know, I'm a hard copy calendar at home, so I'll check as soon as I get home today.
So next Wednesday, a week from Wednesday, the 27th, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. We just planned 4 hours.
We'll go around, knock down some trees.
Okay.
The only thing that could kill it is monsoon rain, right?
Mhm.
Thunderstorms.
All right, and how about a meeting first week of June or second week of June?
I'm not available.
Second week sucks for me, but,
When are you available?
I mean, if second's bad, first is kind of bad for me. Hold on, let me get this in. Can we do that third week, whatever that date is?
Yes.
My calendar's still.
Let's do the 15th of June,
There you go.
Is that-
Monday. I like 5 o'clock, okay with you guys?
Well, you
Mark,
have to
is that
leave
okay
early.
with you?
Let me look.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Yeah, because I got, my son only has so many games, I
I know you can't miss those.
can't.
You don't get them back.
Okay, let me pull up his baseball schedule. I think he does have a game on the 15th.
Okay. Give me a date that works for you on that week if you can.
Well, we could do it earlier.
Yeah, he does. Although the game's in Culver at 7.
Oh, yeah, let's do
So
5.
we
Let's
could do
do
5 on the 15th.
Okay.
Okay, good deal, man. And we will definitely be done by that. Yeah, I like that. And I wish we could get some of the school kids involved in the pruning, but I think with pruning, I don't think that's a good idea.
Let's teach them how to use that water tank.
There you go.
And we'll give them some, you know, if we get 2 or 3 that can kind of rotate, we'll give them a route,
Yeah,
and maybe we can pay them something. you know?
yeah. I've got a couple kids already I can think of that will be good. Yeah, we can figure out something, because they're doing a good job and helping Bob too on some things, if he does it. Yeah, and I'm gonna get a hold of Davies and make sure that we get a log of when they're here and what they're
great
doing.
idea. Yeah.
And that way, I mean, I know you guys feel a little bit, not helpless, but you feel a little bit at the mercy of their care, and
Yeah.
at least this way you'll know it.
Having a log, is that a pun on this? Okay,
Caught that.
I did appreciate that.
I was waiting for
I do
it.
like that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, you're gonna reach out to this guy for pruning?
Yes, I am. I'm gonna see if
And
he'll do it and get
we
a
know
price.
what Dogwood Hills would charge,
Yeah.
Yep.
so maybe we could find one other.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we can. Yeah, that's not a problem.
You know, I don't know how much he does prune. The guy that I pay to fertilize the trees on my property, he just broke free, joined a new guy that's trying to grow. Let me see what he'll do on pruning. Because he's told me from his own, he's like, I'm bored, man, a new company, he hasn't gotten off the ground yet. I'm like,
As long as he's licensed and insured.
yeah, he's an arborist, yeah, he's a licensed arborist for sure. Totally licensed, bonded, insured, the whole 9 yards. And I mean, he's not the cheapest, but he might be now, because he started a new company, you know what I mean? The old company was a little
Well,
rough.
if he's local too, we're not,
Local enough, but he
Yeah.
comes to Culver. He
Yeah.
does work for sellers, he contracts with sellers.
okay.
Let me ask him,
Yeah, give me.
how many trees should I tell him?
Well, look at the pruning list here, and some of these, and I wrote down here.
I'm just gonna go high end of all of
Yeah,
them.
517 Lake Shore, those are tall. 458 Lake, those are tall.
29.
310
20, yeah,
Marcellus.
29 is right.
Yeah,
I was gonna say about-
those others are fairly small though, so I'm sure we could add.
The small ones
more.
we could probably reach.
Yeah, I'm sure we could add some more big ones.
Okay. Yeah, he's good, man. He does that fertilizer, remakes the holes. That's why my trees look the way they do, I swear.
Well, pop them in. We'll get it going.
And and we talked about this last year too, as far as creating a place to get a big pile of mulch.
Yeah.
You know, we could buy an industrial size.
I've got to get some out at the Cavalier Park playground.
Honestly, on the whole new trees thing, and I know we'll cover this more in the next meeting, but I kind of like the idea of doing 20 or less, because those are the ones we do need to worry about keeping watered.
I agree.
So it's like,
Yeah, I like that number 20 too, instead of 17. So we have to add another grand or so to the 9,000.
It's the grand amongst friends.
So let's work on 20. But you guys take a little time and look at the.
Give me 20 trees and,
We'll narrow this list down.
so you're leaving me 20 grand. See if we can't get some removal, 13.5. I saw some personal removal this year too on a couple of troubled spots. One big one, man, that one down on South Main Street where they had the machine, they had to close off the street. That was an impressive machine.
Yeah, those are the scary ones, the big ones.
Oh my gosh, man, that thing grabbed it, cut it, pulled it out, they took it out, sectioned it. They had a crane saw. That
All
was
right,
impressive.
27th for pruning.
Yeah.
Dennis seems to move that, which is okay, and then,
Gentlemen, I'm gonna shut the recording down if that's.
The meeting, motion to adjourn?
so move.
A second?
The meeting is adjourned at 5:27.
Stop recording, got the transcription, I'll send that your